Muttering Jay says it's a Carl-free summer. I don't know what that means. I don't. I know Chad was shitting on him. That's all I saw. That popped up in my feed. Chad was just taking a flamethrower to who? Keanu, Gino, and Carl. And look, Chad's not trying to get on my good side. Chad's not trying to make me the good guy at all. Chad, I'll give Chad this compliment. Chad does things for Chad. Chad says shit for Chad. Chad does not worry about what person X, Y, and Z on this team or that team are going to think if he says X, Y, or Z. I respect that about him because I'm the same way. That's what we were talking about on Friday's show. I'm not co-signed with anyone. Steel Toe's independent. There's nobody you can knock out that will take me down. Like these other people have John, or these other people have whatever people they use for content, where if that falls down, boom, they can't stand on their own, like the compound people and things like that. I came here from radio. We gathered enough of our audience, a couple thousand people. They paid us money. We were able to pay the bills, bring some of the people with us. Hey, we were able to keep doing this thing and still are. And business is better than it's been in a long time, which is great. But it's all because we don't have to dance to anyone's tune. We get to play our own music. And I think that's what frustrates a lot of people about us is they think they're going to get through and then they don't. And they're like, why? Well, it's because we're our own kind of self-maintaining organism. SH says, I like teasing Aaron because he likes it. April was clearly upset by a lot of it. I don't like being mean for real. Usually if I try to be mean, it's because I like you at least a little. I should have never exposed her to this. I should have never made her a part of this. I know she wanted to, but one thing I got to work on in being a partner is I have to be more of a man and be willing to hurt feelings and say, no, this is a bad idea. Be more of a leader, you know, instead of going, no, the modern way with a relationship, just let them do what they like and you love them and support them for it. Sometimes you have to go, look, especially when you're 8 years older. I tried to do this a few times. It would start fights. I would go, look, this is a bad idea. This is going to end poorly. And then she would think I had ulterior motives. So, and sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. But like with the show, I should have said, my dad warned me about this too. He said, don't. My mom said the minute you put her on that show, it's over. I said, what do you guys fucking know? And I did. The minute I put her on that show, it was over. The Chad stuff happened. She lost her mind. We had big fights. It almost all fell apart then. It almost all ended. That's when she said, stop putting up clips. You have to be down there less. You have to do less stuff for the show. And you have to focus more on us. And I said, absolutely, whatever you'd like, 100%. And we did, and we got better. And we were really cruising for a while. And then some internet shit would happen again. Or some, ex-wife stuff would happen again. Something would happen. And instead of me being like, no, it's going to be like this and it's going to be okay, I would just try to constantly plug holes in the ship. Putting her on the show was a terrible idea. I used to go and have lunch with her at work after I was done with the show, and that was a beautiful time. Not to say it wouldn't have fallen apart eventually. It still would have. I don't think we were a good match. I think we worked together very well at the time. But I think we didn't take time to figure out if we were a good match. And we found out in time. We don't. So, yeah. To respond to, she couldn't handle the mean comments. She couldn't handle the mean trolling. She wasn't cut out for this. And I still pushed it. And I still said, yeah. I mean, she's a big girl. She made her own decision. She wanted to do it. Her eyes lit up. We have that celebration episode we did when she quit her job and was able to come work here. I think it's lost to Twitch forever now, but it's, unfortunately, again, I probably should have been the adult and said, no, this is not a good idea. Maybe once in a while, but not all the time. Muttering Jay says, did Ape lose her shit when people called her mom fat? We both did. I didn't like that. I didn't think her mom deserved that. They're civilians as far as I'm concerned. I thought that was dirty pool. And all that shit had an impact on her, and she never let any of that stuff go, and it just kept piling up and piling up and piling up. Oh, hey, before I go, I have huge news. I think since Keanu and Gino aren't doing the anniversary show anymore, and we've only got like 45 tickets left, I have an idea. We're almost sold out already. I think we've only got 3-4 more weeks of ticket sales. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make it a Steel Toe family reunion for the 10th anniversary. And I'm going to get as many of the OGs back together as possible, and we're going to let them all like cut promos and shit and do some stand-up and shit like that and just make it a fun fucking trip down memory lane stage show. Because the anniversary show, it got away from me. I started bringing internet friends into it. The Steel Toe audience doesn't give a about internet friends. The Steel Toe audience cares about the fucking history and the heart of this show. And they've let me know that. Since April left, they've been like, the show's back to what it used to be. This is what I love. You know, more of the OGs will come back if you keep doing shit like this. So, I got Whiskey Pete to agree to come back. Oz has agreed to come back. And Tom Chilstrom has agreed to come back. Now, all I need is Corey and or Adrian and or Gary, and we have, because we already got Johnny and Matt, couple more OGs. We got Oz, the OG, the first ever co-host. If we can get Corey, Adrian, and or Gary, I think we're going to have a fucking incredible, it's going to be like when WWE brings people back after years. There's just going to be pop after pop after pop. So it's going to be a great party. Get your tickets if you haven't gotten them yet. Someone says no, Zach, sad. I could reach out to Zach. I could reach out to Randy K. We could get all these fucking people back in there. Sold out crowd. Fucking nostalgia pop after nostalgia pop after nostalgia pop. So yeah, go roast, dude. I think, honestly, the fans would enjoy seeing all the old faces come back for one night. I think, and hanging out with them and drinking with them and doing karaoke and shit. I think that would be a blast. It should be fun. We'll see if, I love Tom Chilstrom, Dr. Chow. I really do. I think he's great. But once Pete said yes and Chilstrom said yes and Oz said yes, I went, oh, fuck. I went, this Keanu and Gino, shoving knives in my back over lies might be the best thing that ever happened to this anniversary show, because all of a sudden I have a chance to basically do fan service the entire night, which is technically what it should be about anyway.